Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome back to some more Overwatch. Today it is time to play one of the heroes that I don't play nearly enough. Today we're gonna be playing a little bit of A-Mei. Now we currently find ourselves in a quick match game on the Temple of Anubis, which is exactly where this hero shines the most. I mean, if you're playing in like an organized team and whatnot, generally speaking, someone like A-Mei isn't going to be too useful. However, in quick match, she's amazing just because she is one of those heroes, like for example Roadhog, like for example Soldier 76, like one of those heroes that can really sort of stand on their own. Doesn't really need very much help here from the teammates, because you can heal yourself up, you can freeze enemies in place just like that, and you can finish them off because of the ice wall as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start pushing forward. You gotta be quite technical and smart about your positioning, but for the moment it looks like we've already successfully broken their defensive position. Oh man, I actually ended up falling there. I think he must have headshot me there because I was at a pretty high amount of health. Oh, that's real unfortunate. Yeah, he just headshotted me just like that. But anyhow, like basically I can use my shift ability to turn into a little ice cube, just like that. And what happens is that I will be able to, you know, both stay alive a little bit longer as well as regenerate my own health. But, you know, obviously if you die in one hit, that's unfortunate. There is 250 HP on this hero, which is a really solid amount actually. Same as the Reaper guy that we just shot. But all in all, we got a really nice, you know, setup here that allows for, you know, not so much... I wouldn't say like, you know, lack of team play, but it definitely does help you to sort of play her in whatever scenario you're in. Like, you don't really need to worry too much about the situation, just because you can always go ahead and just play some Mei, and generally speaking, she's gonna be able to help out in quite a couple of scenarios. Now, we are already headed towards B, which should help out a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and break my ice wall. Oh man. Sadly, that wasn't quite necessary yet. I got my ultimate nearly ready to go, so we can go ahead and throw down the blizzard if it turns out to be necessary. I can definitely do so right here. Well, it looks like we've already picked up the victory. So, I mean, hey, that was pretty good. Let's see who the play of the game is going to be getting here. We definitely made some reasonable moves there. Sadly, I did get that one headshot, but it looks like Vara is going to be picking up the play of the game, who I'm currently also grouping up with here. Oh man, that is the justice reigns from above value right there. It wasn't really so much from above though. It was sort of like more of close to the ground kind of justice, but it worked out in our favor either way. Alrighty, and for the second match, we find ourselves on the attacking team on Hanamura. Now, just to clarify, by the way, my left mouse button click basically freezes enemies in place, but obviously the range of it is gonna be rather small. So therefore, on a little bit of a distance, I tend to use the right mouse button click right here, for example, to shoot an icicle forward instead. Now, the icicle does do a heck of a lot of damage, and I will use it as well when I get people to be frozen in place. But generally speaking, you'll see me use a mix of both. But just to clarify, those are the two abilities that I am primarily using here. Woo, gotta be real careful though. That Hanzo does a lot of damage. Hanzo is pretty scary when it comes to Mei, because obviously he can deal lethal amounts of damage really quickly. Now we have to start pushing onwards here as soon as we possibly can. Gonna see if I can maybe hit him here from a little bit of a distance, but we need like a tank. Do we have a tank? Yeah, we do have a tank here. I was gonna say, like, we do kind of need one. Looks like Zarya is going to be available right before us, but we need to start moving onwards, and I can't really do so very easily by myself. Here we go, this is good. I'm gonna go ahead and shield off right there. See if I can go ahead and freeze him. Looks like we have successfully done so. I'm a little bit low in HP right now. I was waiting for the charge before activating my ice block, but I'll go ahead and just use it right now. Wait a second for me to get some extra additional healing, and now slowly but surely move around the enemies once again. Got a nice little kill right there on their tank. Very helpful. And with that, I think I'm just gonna start pushing into A. Now, on this particular map, we have to capture A, at which point we'll also have to move towards B. There is no one else over here though, so I guess I've successfully flanked with one of the least mobile heroes, which is at the same time also going to be the weakness to Mei. Mei kind of sucks when it comes to being mobile. I mean, that's the reason why she doesn't get all too much play at the competitive level at the very least. Like, she's just very immobile, and that's really where she just sort of lacks, I suppose. Now, she does end up throwing, by the way, the enemy Mei, that is, does end up throwing one of her abilities there as well, and she does end up using the blizzard, but she died there. Anyway, time to start pushing into B. But yeah, that's really the one thing that she does lack as a hero. And also the main reason why she doesn't get that much play on the competitive end. Now, we do have our ultimate once again. I'm gonna go ahead and communicate that to the team. On these kind of maps, this actually does help out a lot. Hello. Oh, what? No, no, no. Oh, I was gonna say, I nearly froze him to death. Hey, Mei. That's not very nice. That's not what you do. That's not what you do, Mei. That's where you die. Alright, exactly. So, I'm gonna start moving forward as soon as I can. Now, I'm a little bit low. Orb of Discord, not gonna help me out too much, but I can definitely lose line of sight here. Wait a couple of seconds and see if we can move around now instead. Now, I can definitely shoot that turret. Nice. And with that, I got my ultimate good to go. Now, I'll go ahead and just use it. Nice. 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 And with that, oh man, I ate a Spirit Dragon with that. Apparently, did not see him come in time. And sadly, I did end up dying there. But all in all, we ended up doing a good little bit of work. And I think this may very well have opened up the possibility to start pushing towards B. Now, it looks like, sadly, that is not going to be the case just yet. But that was actually pretty solid. Now, we do have 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining now to try and grab B, which is definitely doable. Definitely a very solid amount of time. Once again, do have my ultimate here ready to go. So I'm trying to make sure that my team is aware of that. I'm hoping that we're gonna all start pushing together, though. This is obviously one downside when you don't play together with people with voice communication, which is really, really important in a lot of these scenarios. Oh, man. I threw my ultimate. She threw her ultimate. But sadly, I was frozen just a second in time. And right at that point, their Hanzo moved around the corner and finished me off. I was hoping that I was going to be capable of freezing quite a couple there, but it turns out that that was not quite going to be enough. And sadly, we still haven't really completed our push towards B. Alright, I'm hoping that we're all going to group up together soon, because that would make things significantly easier. Obviously, attacking on Hanamura is always pretty difficult, and I've noticed here that over the last couple of days at the very least, there seems to be an influx of new players, which is awesome. But that also does immediately mean that people are still trying to figure out the maps and whatnot, and strategy does become a little bit more tricky. Okay, so I made my way up towards the balcony here. Hopefully this is gonna open up at least a couple of opportunities. Oh man. Oh. Not really a place that we can quite easily be in. We did manage to kill the turret just now, which is great. And I got my ulti. Alright, fine. I'll go ahead and throw it, see if we can freeze any nerds. Oh man, a little bit of Mei action once again. Oh. She does end up ulting once more just to try and pick me up. Man, that Mei wants me dead. It's almost like she doesn't like playing against me. Can you believe that? I can't believe that's true. There's no way. There's no way that that is going to be true. Now, we got to make sure that we push onto the objective, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead here and start dealing a little bit of damage here towards their turrets, which does end up helping us. But I guess I'll just be leading the charge here. Hopefully this will allow us to push onto the objective. Do have the Orb of Discord on me, which makes this rather difficult, but man, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Here. A lot of enemies. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the healing pack here from the side of the map. See if we can start pushing. Nice little move there, though. Did manage to get another kill here. But it looks like it's really just a matter of time now before we grab the objective. Although, oh, once again, Mei does end up doing lethal amounts of damage to me. Now, I did just see the Spirit Wolf fly by as well, so that may have very well cleared up the potential here to grab the objective, and indeed, it seems to be grabbed right now, at least reasonably well. 4 of my allies are currently on the objective, and everyone is joining in. And with a very nice final push there, we do manage to obtain the victory. So really nicely done here. Let's see if we manage to, no, I was hoping here that we would get the play of the game, but sadly it's going to be, oh, did we at the very least die? That would be cool. Oh, we didn't even die in the play of the game either? Man. It's the turret just shooting about. Ugh. Alrighty, and for the final match for today, we find ourselves on the attacking team on Watchpoint Gibraltar. So we need to make sure that we start pushing onwards towards this payload, and we need to escort that all the way to the very end of the map. Now, it's quite a little bit of travel, and we got to be a little bit careful here. There's actually a Vara going about, it looks like, who's going to be raining some damage from a distance, which is always a little bit terrifying, but I guess I need to start pushing here as well. Make sure we move around. Now, generally speaking, you do want to be a little bit in the middle of combat, not so much like flank about too much. And while you can do both, it's sometimes a little bit tricky. Luckily though, a checkpoint or a payload does go straight through the objective, which is fine. There we go, very nice. Managed to do quite a little bit of damage. And with that in mind, I think we are going to be capable of escorting the payload all the way towards the very first checkpoint. Really nice early game push here. We've managed to break their, you know, defensive posture, which is usually, in my experience on this map, the most difficult part. Like, just breaking the early game. This bit, as well as the very final bit, are very, very difficult. Now, my allies are in the meantime hunting the enemies. That's fine. We'll just stay close to the objective and make sure that we escort the payload towards the second checkpoint as well. Unless we see a really, really vulnerable Mercy, which I'll go ahead and deal some damage to. We'll just lock them in here for the moment and start waiting until we arrive at the objective. No, none of my allies, or enemies really for that matter, are currently up the objective, or at the objective. There we go. I'm hoping that someone is going to be joining me here soon, because I would like to be with some friends here. That would make the game much easier. But here we go. Pushing onwards, doing quite a little bit of work here. Trying to do as much damage as possible. We'll just wall them in there and start heading towards the next one as well. So all of the enemies are actually currently dead, I think, except for Roadhog, who we did just hit in the gut, and he ended up dying there too. And with that, my allies are all close together to start escorting this payload towards the next objective. Now notice, for those of you, by the way, unaware, if you want to be on fire in this game, just simply stand close to the payload. Just simply escort the map objectives. Just simply defend the positions on the map, which is probably your easiest way of obtaining very, very solid games. Now, all in all though, man, that was a really, really cool ulti that they just did, actually, in combination with the Blizzard as well as the Dragon Strike. Obviously, the Blizzard puts everyone in place, but sadly, we did just die to Vara's ulti as well, which ended up doing enough damage to us to kill us. But with that, I think we are going to be just fine. Now, one of the allies is currently asking why we aren't staying at the payload. Surprising analysis by him. But obviously we'll make our way back to it. Obviously, if everyone is dead, it makes it rather difficult to stay close towards the objective. But instead of hunting him down right now, I'm gonna see if I can indeed just move around instead and get towards the objective. Now with that, I'm throwing my ultimate forward, see if we can freeze anyone in place. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I am a little bit low though, and it looks like I'm primarily here by myself. In particular, when all of the enemies are just resurrecting. Oh no! Oh man. Oh man. I was hoping that my allies would come for the rescue there, but sadly, it was just me on the objective there. Alrighty, so I'm making my way there once again. Normally, it's not really this part of the map. Nice little snipe there, actually. But normally, it's not actually this part of the map that is causing too many issues. At the very least, I've noticed. Unless they've, like, really turtled up. You can, generally speaking, break past this part of the map relatively easily. Although, like I said, you know, we are definitely running with a lot more newer players to the game, which is fine, but that may make the defensive aspect of the game, or the attacking aspect, a little bit more complicated, because you do need to know the positions on the map rather well in order to efficiently do it. Looks like they did just switch into a Symmetra there, but all in all, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. We're escorting the payload towards the next checkpoint. I'll see if I can freeze their Roadhog. There we go. Shot an icicle to his face. And we're fine. And we got another couple minutes. There we go. 6 minutes and 23 seconds is easily doable. Now, we did have to ulti there. Or we did have to make sure that we, you know, at least... Oh! Used our ability there to try and get... try and stay alive at the very least, because obviously the Vara ultimate does end up doing quite a little bit of damage, but we'll once again escort the payload, okay? We'll once again escort the payload here. I am a little bit low in HP though, something to worry about, but if I can use the E ability here of Soldier 76, that helps out a lot. And, oh, nice consecutive hits there. Does manage to pick off their Roadhog with it. Gotta make sure that I heal back up to full, and then we'll move back towards escorting the payload. I could technically move around here, which is actually rather good, because you can get around enemies and do a lot of damage with the icicle, but I think this is fine. Oh man. We do see the ultimate there of their Roadhog going to town, trying to push us away. Obviously dealing quite a little bit of damage as well. What? How'd you even hook me, dude? Alrighty. We're moving the payload once again. This is fine. We can still easily pick this one up. We've got nearly 5 minutes remaining. Once again, do get a nice little kill shot there. Gotta be careful though, because Hanzo is so terrifying. Like, Hanzo is one of those heroes that you can just die to. Like, you just sort of die to Hanzo, and that's it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and use my freeze once again. Use my blizzard here to move everyone together. Kill this big fatty with a piggy on his tummy. And it looks like with that in mind, we have managed to obtain victory once again. And we did quite a little bit of work. So nice. Nice eliminations. Nice amount of deaths there. At least, you know, the comparison between the two. Did not get to play the game this time around, but Reaper did manage to get that one. Let's see. Did it do a cheeky little backdoor? That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Alrighty. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one. Did I just say amazing? I guess I did. Oh, by the way, I did just level up. Let's open up this loot box, because obviously it's gonna contain double legendary. Here we go. Boom. Oh, no. Zork portrait? No Zork portrait either? Oh, that's too bad.